Arctic resilience. Combining science and indigenous knowledge, the Arctic is warming at an alarming rate, 2 to 4 times faster than the rest of the world. And this rapid change is directly impacting the food security of millions who rely on species like the Arctic char, a crucial staple in northern diets. Recent research underscores that integrating Western science with the deep, millennia-old knowledge held by indigenous communities is not just ethically important, but essential for effective adaptation. The shifting Arctic ecosystem climate change is reshaping Arctic ecosystems, particularly impacting fisheries. Studies led by Marianne Falardeau, a polar marine ecologist at Université Taylor in Quebec City, demonstrate how this integration can make small-scale Arctic fisheries more resilient. Her work highlights the unique value of combining scientific data with the direct observations of Inuit fishers. One 2022 study, for example, used both biophysical data on Arctic char and the lived experience of fishers to assess changes in fish migration patterns over 30 years. This holistic approach captured the effects of seasonal ice changes on fish diet and quality. The power of collaborative knowledge, Falardeau emphasizes that her research would be impossible without these partnerships. In the Arctic, there are indigenous people who have been living there for millennia. They have deep knowledge about the land, the ocean, the animals, how they're changing. This isn't simply about including indigenous voices. It's about recognizing a pre-existing body of knowledge that complements scientific inquiry. One example showcases how Inuit elders observed Arctic char moving further offshore due to warming shallow waters, a hypothesis that aligned with the biological data Falardeau's team was collecting. This illustrates how granular, long-term observations by those living on the land can fill gaps in short-term scientific studies. Addressing systemic barriers in science, Falardeau also acknowledges systemic challenges within academia, particularly for women in field research. She points out that even basic equipment, like field suits, are often designed for men, and emergency preparedness training rarely considers gender-specific needs. These subtle but significant barriers reinforce the importance of inclusive practices in all stages of scientific work. A hopeful outlook despite the difficulty of measuring immediate impact, Falardeau remains optimistic. She notes a growing shift in academia toward valuing collaborative, interdisciplinary research. This evolution is driven by the recognition that effective solutions to Arctic climate change require not just scientific expertise, but the lived wisdom of those who have sustained themselves in the region for generations. There is a lot of hope looking ahead in terms of the future of research. The future of Arctic resilience depends on bridging the gap between traditional ecological knowledge and modern science, ensuring that adaptation strategies are both informed and equitable.